William Howard Taft.
Dang
over
it, that was
Obama.
my last pick.
This
Come on.
this guy is 340
Yeah,
pounds.
I know he is.
He's the fattest president.
Ugh.
And to add to that, he was the heavyweight wrestling champion at Yale. So an absolute monster. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 20. We're at number 20. It's a beautiful number. It's a beautiful place to be, this podcast. And for Ethan, he's got something to celebrate.
I got 4 words. The champ is here. Let's go.
So in the last episode, we talked about our Fogo dinner if he were to win. And yes, he did come out on top.
We got
Very,
the
very
Fogo
lucky.
dinner, guys.
Very
yes,
lucky.
Yes.
Very, very lucky. He was not the best team, but he came out on top at the end of the day. So
It's a weird thing where fantasy football is this beautiful conglomeration of luck and skill and effort and passion. And I don't think anyone on that field had more passion than me. Even though I was not on the field, I was sitting on a couch.
yeah, he was invested. There's a lot of money in that trophy right there. So it only makes sense.
I think the second place team ended up walking away with more profit than I did.
So explain yourself. You kind of already did where the money went, most of it, but I think you gave away more than you expected.
It was like week 6 of the regular season, and I declared in the group chat. I said, guys, if I win, I will host a fantasy football celebration dinner at Fogo de Chao, and I happened to win somehow thanks to the fantasy gods. But I put an incentive in there. If I won, I would fully cover the runner-ups, which ended up being Ian and Nate, so I had to cover 2 people. And if you made playoffs, I would cover half your check, and I ended up covering a little more than half, but I don't really care. That was me. And then we get to dinner, and it turns out I'm not even getting as much money as I thought I was. They're like, it's only a $75 difference, but
yeah, so the runner-ups get $150, which is double of the buy-in. And he thought they got their money back, which is $75.
I thought,
So he was upset because he missed out on his money.
I'm not upset I missed out on the money. I'm just upset no one told me sooner. I feel like I mentioned this before.
The look on his face when I gave away $150. I won last year, so I gave out the money. And I consider myself the unofficial commissioner of the league.
Yeah.
People don't like me as the commissioner, but I take charge. I run the show.
It was a great dinner though.
Funny.
We had like a really long rectangular table, and we were at the far end, so we didn't get to talk to
That's how a long
people
table
on the
works,
other side. But it was good. It was probably the best experience at Fogo food wise. Like
really?
It's the most I've ever eaten at Fogo.
I was disappointed.
I
as soon as I got home, I had like 6 chocolate chip cookies.
Oh. Well, it's all you can eat at Fogo. That's on you.
I had a sweet tooth desire.
Okay.
Like I was hungry. I was full of meat, but I needed a dessert. Like last time I was at Fogo, I got dessert.
Yeah. You could have gotten dessert.
This time I got a drink because I'm 21.
Yeah.
So that's where my extra money went.
I didn't have room in my stomach for dessert, but
it's a good time.
And let me just put out the invitation. I know
Invitation.
The Kelsey brothers are good at manifesting things with Taylor Swift.
What is it?
Brees Hall, you won me my championship. If you ever want to come on the show, we'd be happy to have you.
He's never gonna see this.
Everyone, all 4 of our followers, tag Brees Hall, and we'll have him on next episode.
Give our podcast some respect. We got a lot more than 4.
Yeah.
But
Hey Lily.
This guy. All right.
Thanks for the support.
Anyways, we'll move on from here. It's funny because last season
you won, yeah.
I won, so I got to talk about it. So now Ethan gets to talk about it.
It's a lot of trash talk, but that's pretty impressive that we are 2 for 2.
Oh, the handshake.
Yeah, shake my hand.
Okay.
We're representing, man.
What do you mean 2 for 2? Oh, with the span of the podcast?
The Camel's ego is on top of the fantasy league.
Yeah, so I've won twice. You've won twice. I say quotations with that.
I've won twice.
I put an asterisk with that because he didn't face 12 teams. I'm the only one who's won twice against or in a 12-team league. So I'm on top still, basically. Right. But anyways, if you give everyone their credit for a championship, no matter the circumstances, there are 7 winners. me and Ethan have a combined 4. Everyone else has 3. So the Camel's Ego together has more than the rest of the league combined.
That's pretty impressive.
Out of 12 total owners. So round of applause for that. Camel's Ego's on top. We talk a lot of dumb stuff, but we know
it's nice to be away from the commitment of fantasy football now. I don't have to be so stressed on Sundays.
I'm excited. I'm excited for next year because I think I got my game plan set out already. A rough one.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back next year and just coast.
I said that like every time I won. Then I put more effort into it.
We'll see.
It's like a drug. You need more.
I thought about this.
You need more wins.
Who do you think is gonna get drafted first next year? Stephon Diggs.
Diggs.
No. I mean, like, I'm gonna give you 2 options, and who will go first?
All right, real quick, because no one else cares.
Stephon Diggs or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Depends where Marvin Harrison goes.
On the Cardinals.
Marvin Harrison. As long as Kyler Murray's the quarterback, yeah.
I was thinking about that today. All right.
Anyways, we're going to move on. I am very excited for this segment. It's very rare we do any research for a segment. Normally, it's just us spitballing, just talking out of our butts.
Bringing back a draft. We haven't done a draft.
We got ourselves a draft on... I'll let you explain it. It's your idea. I want to make sure I don't mess this up.
Before I introduce it, are we each choosing 4? That's what I thought.
4 is fine with me.
What did you have in mind?
4 or 5.
Okay, we'll start with 4 and we'll see. But I came to Garrett with this idea, and we're going to do a presidential battle royale. So I'm going to draft 4 presidents, and Garrett's going to draft 4 presidents, and they will have to fight each other, presumably to the death. And whoever drafts the better team of presidents will win.
Yeah, it's fully based off of who would win in a fight. We're nothing political. We're just looking at the personalities and maybe their height, their weight, their age.
We've each had about 4 days of research. Garrett,
I did this about an hour ago.
Oh, well, you're really confident. You were talking about.
I am very confident. I am very confident.
Sweep the floor with me.
I am incredible. But since you said you didn't do a lot of research, and I think my research was very efficient, I don't think you will have a chance.
I'll be honest. That was a bit of a smokescreen. I did my research.
We'll see.
I was kidding.
We'll see.
And I want this first overall pick.
I want it too. Although I think you'll pick the wrong person still.
Why don't you give me the first overall pick?
No. How do we determine who gets to pick?
I mean, there's rock, paper, scissors.
All right. I'll flip my Truist notebook. If it's on this side, I guess that's you, because I want the side with my signatures on it.
You need to throw that thing high.
I'll flip it good. It'll be on the right here. So Truist is me. Random side or a back side is Ethan. For first pick, is it a snake draft or no?
No.
Okay. Here we go.
It's both.
All right, scrap the notebook. It literally opened up. Rock, paper, scissors, best of one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I get it. Let's go.
Dang it.
Let's go.
Please mess this up.
There is no messing this up because I know I'm right. I will argue to the death. I will argue more than they're fighting that this is the right pick. So what does this guy have going for him? I'm not even going to say his name right away. I'm going to give you all of his attributes. It is absolutely loaded. So this president, and if you're at home and you like presidents, try and guess who this is.
Oh, I'm going to drop a lot of stuff I just learned through my research. It could be completely wrong, but it's going to be a very informal podcast.
Yes, I learned a crap ton doing this. So his nickname is the Rough Rider.
Okay.
He is a boxer and is trained in martial arts, judo.
I know who this is.
He is the youngest president in office, which we didn't add. We are going off of the age they're in office. They say this guy could have been a world-class boxer or a fighter. It's without a doubt. By the way, I'll say this too. I listened to a podcast on this. Someone already discussed this. So I just took what they already
naming
said.
all the right points, yeah.
So this guy won their debate on who the greatest president is to fight.
Well, this is a team draft, Garrett.
Well, I did my research. Teddy Roosevelt is far and away the best fighter out of all the presidents.
So you're taking Teddy Roosevelt.
I am taking Teddy Roosevelt, without a doubt.
That's a good pick. It's
the best pick.
It's not the best pick, because this isn't a 1v1 fight, Garrett. And Teddy Roosevelt, he's got a lot of things going for him, but this is a team sport. And if I'm drafting 4 guys, I need a leader among men. A leader so strong that he could lead a ragtag team of farmers to beat the British Army and give our country its independence. I already know what he's saying.
He already has the wrong pick. He has the wrong next pick.
I am taking George Washington.
He has the wrong next pick. A good fighter, yes, but he has no trained in fighting. He's not trained.
He is a leader. I need a leader.
He's a leader, okay.
And he can't
have that.
He cannot go down. The guy survived. Let me get my notes out.
He's got notes. I got a little bit of notes, but look, I had Washington as my number 4.
He is literally built different. He survived tuberculosis, smallpox, malaria, tonsillitis, and pneumonia in the 18th century, Garrett.
Tell me how that helps with fighting.
I don't know. Theodore Roosevelt didn't do this. When George Washington was 21, he trekked 900 miles. He walked 900 miles through the Appalachians.
He's not 21 in this fight. He's like in his 50s.
That's still a good age.
He might be even his. I think he's like 59 when he's entering
fearless.
presidency.
When he was in the front lines of his battles, he is quoted for saying that he finds something charming about the sound of bullets. He's not afraid of Teddy Roosevelt.
Once again, I disagree with the pick. He is a great president. He's the reason we have America. But give me him versus Teddy Roosevelt in a fight. Roosevelt will literally kick his butt.
Well, we got 3 other guys to pick. So
and I'm going to pick the number 2 option on my list. You're talking about a leader. This guy was a military general. Not only that, he was also a boxer. I'm drafting actual fighters. He was a boxer. He was also a football player and a gymnast.
Okay.
This guy is absolutely loaded with attributes to fight.
Okay.
And that is Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh, I read a little bit about him. All right. He was
talk about this dude. Yeah, literally a military general. You don't want to mess with someone like that. He was the number 2 option in the podcast. I'm kind of just I'll have to put up the name of who these guys were because I want to give them their credit, but I don't remember. But Dwight Eisenhower, I will say they had Washington very close with them, but Eisenhower beat him because Washington has no fighting experience, and the evolution of military from Washington to Eisenhower, it's grown a lot, and Eisenhower is much more knowledgeable in that degree, and he's just a trained boxer, gymnast, football player. What else can I say?
I don't know how good of a football player he is, Garrett.
I can't say.
He could have been riding the bench for all we know. I
don't know. But a football player's tough.
Dwight Eisenhower wasn't even on my list, so I can't really knock him because I don't know his game like that. But
I wouldn't want to mess with him.
What, he was the president for Vietnam, so I don't know.
I don't know exactly what he did during presidency. I just know he was a military general.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Teddy and Dwight.
I wish I would have known he wasn't on your list because I think the next person is on your list that you're going to draft. But I'm okay giving him up considering this was the correct pick for me. But we'll see. Because I'm loaded. The problem here is I think you're just going to keep missing on picks. I'm going to have too many options.
I got a lot of good options here. Honestly, I'm just loving the idea of this pairing. This is like getting Justin Jefferson and Christian McCaffrey on the same team. Just that star power. And
I already have those 2 guys on my team, so I don't know.
No, you've got some no-name bums.
No-name
bums.
Teddy Roosevelt's on the
That's not even the best president named
That's
Roosevelt.
That's not what we're drafting. FDR was in a wheelchair. I'm not going to draft him.
I want that man by my side. He served 4 terms. Give me Abe Lincoln.
That's the correct pick in that spot. But
Teddy Roosevelt, he can box, but Teddy Roosevelt is 5'9". Abe Lincoln's 6'4". He's got that reach.
He's not that short, I don't think.
Well, I need size on my team if you're going for short ferociousness.
Lincoln's the right pick. We had that 2 truths and a lie where he was an undefeated wrestler.
He's an amateur wrestler.
He has that.
He was a laborer, so he's a very physical man. He's quoted as saying, "No man could drive a nail deeper than Abe." So he can drive his nails deep. And I want that guy on my team.
That's
I know.
the right pick.
Yes.
The only reason I'm kicking myself is because I should have known you weren't going to draft Eisenhower. But I've already won the draft, I think. I have the top. I have number 1 and 2. You have 3 and 4.
We've got 2 more, man.
You're drafting them based off of people see your list and he's like, oh, he's Lincoln and Washington. I know who they are. If people knew about my guys, it would win by landslide.
I am anchoring down my team with good men.
So am I.
Dwight Eisenhower, he sent our troops to Vietnam. We didn't have to enter Vietnam, man. That's unacceptable.
How do you even know he did that?
If Dwight Eisenhower is your leader, he is bringing the troops into the wrong fight. I don't want that.
Are you even sure he brought him into Vietnam?
I think he was the president for Vietnam. I don't know.
I think you're wrong. I'll look it up quick. President during Vietnam. It might have been Eisenhower. Oh, there's 5 presidents that were during Vietnam.
Teddy Roosevelt isn't even going to show up to the fight. He's going to be living in the wilderness or something.
I don't know.
Or going on a hike.
You're not going to convince me. I got 2 people that actually know how to fight. You just drafted. I mean, yes, Abe Lincoln did wrestle, but
okay.
You just got some. I don't know. They're great presidents, but we're not drafting them based off of that. So now,
I think this is pretty even so far, and I still think I can come away with it. Teddy is the number 1. I'll give you that.
I'm curious where you're gonna go because so far you've only drafted obvious picks. You're just drafting you're trying to sell tickets with this
my
draft.
next highest prospect. His name rhymes with Schmonald Trump. No, I'm kidding.
He is not on my board. I gotta trust my guts here with the research. I do have him ranked. I'm gonna go with the guy. Wait, let's make sure here. These guys are really neck and neck for me, but I'm gonna listen to the podcast I listen to. This guy was a collegiate football player, was drafted into the NFL, but opted out to go into the military. I think something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And this was in the 1930s, so he played football without a face mask. Keep in mind, he has a scar on his face because he tackled with his face.
Okay.
He was also a fitness instructor in the Navy. When president, he would swim every day, so he's very fit. And he was a Civil War major general.
Swim. I think I don't know, but I've seen him come across.
Obviously,
my page.
In very good shape, a fitness instructor. Blah blah blah. This is Gerald Ford. I couldn't tell you anything about his presidency. These aren't the most exciting names, but that is a resume that could go up with George Washington.
He's on my list. He was center and linebacker for Michigan.
Yes, and they're undefeated.
Undefeated, and they won the national chip twice. Yeah.
Undefeated.
That's literally my only note for him. So, congrats.
I had a lot on him.
He's got a good name, Gerald Ford.
Now, I'm glad to hear he's on your list, but I really want this next. There's 2 guys I really. Wait, how many picks do I have? I only have 1 pick left.
Yeah.
Dang. Depending on how this goes, I kind of want
to win the draft with my next pick.
I think I know you're going, and you can have him. Go ahead.
No, I'm not taking. This guy is my outlier. He's my Tasmanian devil on the field. This man
I actually don't know.
Was the first ever victim of the presidential assassination attempt, but they didn't kill him. And
Ronald
in fact,
Reagan?
No. And he
before that.
He was nearly assassinated, and in an act of revenge, he beat the assassinator nearly to death with a cane. This cane is his weapon by his side. He is known for being ruthless with this cane and just beating people nearly to death.
I don't know who
with
this
it.
is.
He was in the Continental Army at age 12 and fought in the Revolutionary War at age 12. It's Andrew Jackson.
He's not on my board. He's not on my board.
He was in a duel with Charles Dickinson, and he gave the other guy the first shot.
I do remember learning about that. That's cool and all, but again, I don't think he would be good in a fist fight.
This is like ultimate Street Fighter right here. He is ruthless. He is going to pummel you in with his cane.
He wasn't even in like the top 10 in the podcast I listened to, so.
Now I will. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I drafted him, and I want to build him up as strong. but he's ruthless.
Okay.
I'll reveal it after the draft.
All right. So I'll
The
go
guy
next
is
here.
known for being the biggest hot shot there is.
Can we go to 5? Do you have enough people for 5? There's like 45 presidents. You can, or 46.
Sure.
All right,
I don't have
word.
enough notes.
Because I got 2 guys that are just, I need them on my team. So the next, I'm just going to go out and say his name, James Garfield.
Never heard of him.
He was, okay, so he was bullied as a kid.
Ooh,
so he
that's gonna
learned,
do it for you.
so he learned to be a very scrappy young fighter. He got in a lot of fights. He also wrestled. He was one of the only presidents to work out just to be in good shape. And this is the reason I have him on my team. He would juggle with Indian clubs.
What's an Indian
as a
club?
workout. Guess how much these weigh? He would juggle them. It's like a big wooden club. 3 of them you're juggling.
I don't know. 10 pounds?
They're 50 pounds. He juggled 3 of them.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Yes. So that was his workout, one of his main workouts. He would juggle Indian clubs that are 50 pounds.
Wow. What's his name?
James Garfield.
Okay.
And he also served in the Civil War as a major general, just like Ford did.
Why is this not like a known workout? Just juggling dumbbells.
Absolute freak of nature right here. So he's already got the scrappiness in him, and he's just casually juggling 50-pound weights pretty much.
Okay.
He could be the strongest president. It's hard. Lincoln's or Roosevelt's up there for probably strongest, but I'm saying Garfield's a sleeper. Give you a good right hook, I think.
Okay. I don't know what my battle plan is here. I got 2 more picks. Give me Obama.
He is on my list. I didn't want him.
He's the best basketball player.
He's in shape.
Yeah, he was very good at basketball in high school, and he even played during his presidency. He's known for exercising. He's known for having a 200-pound plus bench. That's good. We want those numbers. 6'2", 180 pounds. We like that. I think he'll survive the fight.
I'll help you out here since you're so down bad with your draft. He also studied Taekwondo.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Obama.
He was a green belt, which is like average.
Okay.
But there you go. He knows some Taekwondo. He might be able to surprise you, but probably not. He's in his 50s or something.
Nothing else really going for Obama.
Yeah, he got manhandled by the guy I'm about to pick. Because the way the podcast works, they did one-on-ones. They did.
Oh.
I don't know how they divided it up, but they're like, all right, so we have Washington versus Lincoln for the Final Four.
Yeah.
And there was this guy versus Obama in their podcast. And they took William Howard Taft over Obama.
That was my last pick. Come on.
This guy is 340 pounds.
I know he is.
He's the fattest president. And to add to that, he was the heavyweight wrestling champion at Yale. So an absolute monster. And they said he had such bad gas. That could kill someone on his own.
I didn't think you were going to. That was my hidden weapon.
Let's go. I got everyone I wanted in that draft, virtually. Absolute. I just manhandled you in a draft. This is great. I love this. You might not know who these guys are. Do some research. I'm telling you.
Trump impression?
I tried, but no. I did the hands, and I'm like, but no. Great draft.
I mean, I have one more pick. You won it with that Taft pick, so I'll just take Joe Biden.
What?
I give up. Just put my team out of their misery.
You could have taken JFK. That's the second youngest president.
He's going to get shot in the head. No.
Yeah.
JFK was young, so I wanted him, but apparently he's known for fooling around with women. I don't want that character on my team.
Again, we're drafting fighting abilities. That's all that matters in this draft.
I don't think he's that much of a fighter, was he?
Well, you have 2 slave owners on your team too, so are you going to bring that up too?
That's
You have a slave owner and the dude who abolished slavery. What chemistry is that?
Throw Obama in the mix. You might have to cut that out. That's some I don't know that.
You have terrible chemistry. Terrible. So you actually are drafting Joe Biden with your last pick.
Yes, because you won the draft with Taft. That rhymes. That's a good slogan. You won the draft with Taft.
I'll put up photos in the video too, so you can see what these guys look like. Because I'm gonna look at my players. I'm gonna find like the killer instinct photos of these guys, and I'll find like fruity pictures of your presidents.
I mean,
just really.
If George Washington took a ragtag team of farmers to victory,
that's for a war, though. This is a fist
fight. This is war.
It's a fist fight.
I don't know.
And no, you can have a 1v5 against William Taft. You're not getting him on his. He's not going to get down.
Yeah, I know.
You're not knocking him over. He weighs double of all of your guys.
The part I was hiding about Andrew Jackson is that he is 140 pounds.
That is very light.
Yeah.
But comment down below who won in your respective opinion. It's hard. Everyone on my team knows how to fight. All of them.
You definitely went according to the paper, like athletics. I went more off of nuance. I feel like he's got that drive and that mentality factor.
I think all my guys got drive. I don't know why you're discrediting my team with their drive. It takes a lot of work ethic, especially, to juggle 50-pound weights.
Your guys know how to exercise. My guys know how to lead.
I got like 3 military generals on my team.
I don't know.
You have an outdated military general. There's new tactics these days.
George Washington.
You just got lucky that you didn't get shot.
I
was in the podcast. They said somehow he got there were 6 bullet holes in his clothes, but none of them hit his body. It's
the dude escaped death so many times.
Yeah, but that's not going to help you in a fist fight against the Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, if I got Taft, I would have had a chance.
Why you drafted Obama first? Surprised.
Because I didn't think you would take Taft.
I did my research.
Yeah.
I will say, though, for Taft, there's intramural wrestling.
I didn't see anything about wrestling. I just wanted a 340-pound anchor on my team just to sit on them.
Yeah. And add the fact that he knows how to wrestle. It's over. Right. He did get stuck in a bathtub, though, but I think that's what I think everyone knows that.
Yeah. That's I'll have Obama bring a bathtub to the fight.
Okay. He learned his lesson. He's not doing. All right, so one last part here. Whatever Ethan's got for me. On the spot. We're going to react at the same time.
If you could relive any 2 years of your life, what would you pick? Now, this isn't like 2003 and 2014. This is a 2-year span.
I'm think right out the box once again. The next 2 years.
Are you kidding me? You know you're going to live the next 2 years.
But I get to live the next 2 years knowing everything I do, I got to relive it. So it'll be the best 2 years because of that standard.
What? Wait.
You got to relive any 2 years. So I'm picking from now until the next 2 years of the future. So no matter what, I got to live those 2 years, but then I got to relive them. So everything I do, I got to relive. So I got to make it the best 2 years. I'm in control of my destiny.
You're really about tomorrow is the yeah. Okay.
Yes, the future.
Send me back to second grade, I guess. I wanna.
Well, it's more than second grade. It would be second and third, first and second.
That's a tough question.
And then when do you start?
We first linked up in first grade, but the third grade lineup was insane. I'm not gonna name them because the audience wouldn't know them, but we had some heavy hitters in third grade class. But then again, that third grade there was the epidemic, so I'd probably go first grade and second grade.
So you'd start at fall of first grade. You end on a summer.
Then again, it would be kind of cool to relive high school and hang out with the friends. But then
asking a question, you don't even have an answer.
No, I don't have an answer because there are so many good options.
I gave you an answer. Pick one. I knew the question.
I feel like I can already relive things within the last 5 years because I have so many videos of what our friends did, whereas I don't have any videos of me in second grade. So I'll take second and third grade. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Because third grade was a good class. And when I said epidemic, I meant the cheese touch. I was hoping you would ask about that, but
I just thought you were talking about COVID, but I guess during
No.
first grade. Well, you said high school. And
in
then
third grade, the cheese touch was going wild in my class. You had to cross your fingers to
I
stay
had
safe.
I had my toes crossed.
Yeah.
You
That
could
was-
always get away with that one.
That was crazy, man. No one was safe at lunch.
You just had to cross your toes. I used to see how many things I could cross at once. Have you ever did that? Someone should do a study. How many things on your body can you cross at one time?
Fingers, toes, eyes,
Arms.
legs. Double legs if you cross the knees and the
You
ankles
can
over
do
each other.
maybe your arm twice.
Oh, that looked pretty impressive.
I'd say you could cross 12 things on your body at once. That's already 5 right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if it's your eyes. I don't know. Someone else could find 2 others.
Yeah.
But the only downside of picking the next 2 years is there is some risk in knowing you have to relive the next 2 years, the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Something tragic could happen in the next 2 years, and then it's I gotta.
So you took the next 2 years solely because you can use this first attempt just to do whatever you want, knowing that you'll be able to correct it?
Relive as in you get to change it. I saw the question as you're just reliving what you did.
A little bit of both. You can go back to that time period as yourself with the same conscience. You can do whatever you want to do.
So you're just throwing me
But
in.
after the 2 years, you come back to normal.
Well, that changes the question then.
Yeah, that's my question.
I saw it as I would make the next 2 years the best 2 years, so then I get to relive all these great experiences. For example, I could go on a trip to Italy, and then I'm paying 2 for the price of 1.
Why else would I pick second grade? I was playing coach pitch. I don't care about that.
I don't know. That changes it. I don't know if there's any part of my life I'd want to.
You can come back. You can come back to second grade with me, and you can relive the Grey Wolves.
Would I know what happens? For example, I know the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Could I bet the house on them winning?
Yes, you can do that.
Well, now,
but it's no point because
then I lose the money.
It doesn't affect your future. You're just.
But then for the remaining of that time, I'd be rich.
Yeah. But then after the 2 year time, you come back to this moment.
I would have to do that. I could be the richest man in the world for. I would break humanity.
That's better than your next 2 years answer at least.
Well, I didn't realize that was the question.
Yeah.
You got to dig deep into these questions. So without a doubt, give me I don't know, the last 2 years, I guess. Just I don't know. Just give me. Actually, it would be really cool to do this now.
You're telling me you would rather win millions of dollars betting on a football game than going back to second grade and watching the Polar Express in your pajamas.
Yes.
No.
Dude, I could live 2 years of being the richest man in the world and just see what that's like.
And you'll realize that money doesn't matter, Garrett.
I'm not saying it. Well, I know that because I'm gonna lose it all, and I'll know it's more just I get to. That's like a free vacation.
I'm
for
going
2
to
years.
second grade with my pajamas. I'm watching
no
Polar
way,
Express with the boys.
If you actually were answering this, there's no way you'd do that. There's no way.
The only reason I wouldn't do that is because I'm afraid that when I go back to second grade, I realize life wouldn't be rainbows like I thought it was.
So you would have your current conscious as a second grader?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So you'd just be a super smart kid?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting to see.
I'd start wiring circuits and running conduit. What is Ethan doing?
You'd have a 5th grade reading level, and you'd be like, I'm not that smart. You'd be disappointed because you wouldn't be as smart as you think.
I still wouldn't be in
challenge math.
Challenge math. Yeah.
I was in challenge math, by the way. Once I got to 6th grade, I was in average classes. But 2nd grade, I was up there.
Honestly, if you put me right now up against me in 4th grade, I think the 4th grade me would clean the floor against me in rocket math.
What's 7 times 6?
42.
Huh?
Wait, or 43. Wait. No, it's 42.
It's not 43. Yeah, 42.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
8 times 5.
Oh, you're asking me? 40.
Okay. You took a while, but then once it clicked, you got it.
I knew the answer. I wasn't going to yell it because I thought you were just thinking to yourself. I don't know. For me, the hardest ones were like the 6s, the 7s, and the 9s, kind of. And the 8s, maybe. I don't know. None of them are really hard. Like, I know them all. But sometimes if it's like 7 times 8, I got to think about it. But it's 56.
What was more stressful, rocket math or around the world?
Around the world, you have like everyone's watching you.
And then just stand up
but
and stutter.
I was smart as a kid, so like I wasn't really stressed about that stuff. I was like, I'm in it to win it, baby.
I don't think I ever like went on a streak of more than like 2.
I've won rocket math. I've won around the world.
I was good at rocket math, but not around the world.
Around the world, bro. I killed.
Yeah.
I had all the street cred back in 4th grade. I would say is my prime.
That's kind of
4th grade. Not as the prime as in how I view myself, as how people view me. Yeah. Like in 4th grade, I felt like I was on top of the world.
I like looking back at like Lorraine and seeing like the popular kids then and like what ended up happening with them. It's pretty funny.
Good old high school, good old elementary school. Well, that's a wrap for our podcast. It's crazy they go by so fast. This is actually our longer season 2 episode.
Depending when this episode releases, it could be past Smell Your Microwave Day. So if the episode releases after, I would just want to wish you guys a happy
No, it's not even close. We got plenty of time.
The day after, that's like February 14th.
What is it now? Today's a Friday, January 12th. The next episode that's already made comes out this upcoming Wednesday. That's like the 16th. Then you got 2 more weeks. Oh, wait, yeah. It'll be close. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk about Smell Your Microwave Day next episode. But as for now, just use your microwave to cook food. Thank you for listening.